Well, that's beautifully played by Tendulkar. Once again, the timing is superb.
Well, this is the thing that worries me when we start talking about whether this is a good one-day pitch or not, because New Zealand certainly struggled on it. But now we've seen 3 shots in just the space of about 10 minutes, which suggests to me it's not a bad surface at all. That ball's come across nicely. It's not to the pitch at all. He's actually played it on the up. Minimum of follow-through once again, and it's raced away.
So far, so good for India. Over the top he goes. Well clear of any fieldsman, and it'll stagger its way to the boundary for 4 more.
And Tendulkar has got the confidence to play that shot. It's through the line of the ball, and it pitches and rolls over the boundary and long on for 4. It's a good shot from Tendulkar. Good tactics too.
Beautifully played again. Won't get to the fence. Larson should get to it. But it'll be time for an easy 3. Oh, no, he got it. Larson didn't get to it. 3 boundaries in the over.
Well, once again, timing, you see. Once you've got the ball rolling across the outfield, it's a quick outfield here at Eden Park. It's not going to stop in a hurry when you time it relatively well, and he's done that. Through the onside, another good shot from Tendulkar, and this keeps up. Well, we're in for a short afternoon.
This away. Beautifully timed again. 4 more.
Well, an indication of how well he timed this is that it's only beaten Chris Pringle by about 2 yards, and that's how wide it was of him the whole way down there. Just launched himself to the right and it was gone past him. He had no chance. He's run around it, if anything. Tendulkar just shuffling across and helping it on its way.
Well, a very lively start for India. Tendulkar on 21 after 16 deliveries. And some lovely 4s. Chris Pringle. Oh, Jadeja. Sorry, Tendulkar. Continue the form, and away goes the ball for another 4.
Short, not all that short, but wide enough. And Tendulkar looking to play with a semi-straight bat and just clipping it in front of the point for 4.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. He's timed that superbly. He just races straight out to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, well, currently they're just making mincemeat of this chase. It's on his pads, but he got across and just clipped it off his thigh, middle of the bat, and rather than just glancing it down there, he's really hit it down there.
So he's on to 29, Tendulkar. 23 balls he's faced. 6 balls. Crashes this one, 4 more.
This is a top shot. He stood up and hit this on the up, I think. And Radovic's kept 2 slips in because he feels he's got to get wickets. But when shots are played like this, you look at this. Across and standing tall, even though he'd be a short man. But he stood up there and just hammered it through mid-off. Look at that.
Well, pulling it. That's a good-looking shot. And there's no need to run for that either.
Well, it was just short of the length, and he got into a position where he was going to genuinely pull it with the cross bat. It didn't bounce as high as he anticipated, and you'll see that it's only on about a 45-degree angle, I think, his bat from memory. Look at this. Yes, you see, it's pulled from outside off stump. Didn't get all that big on him, but he was able to... Oh, we can see Pringle there giving it the teapot as if to say, well, how did you whack it through there for 4, mate?
Oh, over the top it goes, and that's down the ground. Everyone stands and watches as it rolls over the boundary for 4 more.
Well, it's a bit like anything Jadeja, or should I say Tendulkar can do, I can do just as well. And that's the end of the over at 55 without loss.
It came in the end, 61 for none. 10 wickets in hand. It's what you could say is a reasonably comfortable position, Glenn.
Does that require an answer?
No, just face the front and concentrate. Slowish in the air. He's out. Well, Ken Rutherford, straightforward catch. Relief for the New Zealanders.
Much slower one here from Pringle. What's he just lollipops it up there, and Jadeja just scooping it up to Rutherford at mid-off, and so India lose their first wicket in the 11th over at 61 for 1.
Thank you, John. Well, what a batting treat we've seen this afternoon. It really has been absolutely sensational, and Rutherford really does have his problems now. This is wonderful play. And look at that, just straight down the pitch, lofting it, one bounce. Well, Bob Cunis, this man is a wonderful player, and we're seeing the best of him today.
Well, the game has certainly changed. Look at this, he was on his way. I mean, Larson must have seen him coming. He had time to readjust, but he kept on coming and just went through with a shot. I can't believe how much power he's got when he hits the ball. I mean, he's small in stature. When he hits the balls, they hit.
So 47 from 32 balls, a strike rate of just under 147. So he's scoring about 1.5 per ball, and the worm has just lost its way. It's completely lost its direction. Down he goes again, and this time Larson does take counter action. And I think that's a very relieved smile from Gavin Larson.
Yes, he had a little more time. Tendulkar came very early that time and just allowed Larson to readjust. So he changed his line too. He tried to push the ball into the pads. Probably saved him.
Well, he's hit that over mid-wicket for 4, or just over square, really. It went much squarer than that. And that's his 50 for Sachin Tendulkar. And somebody's coming out into the field with a lovely T-shirt. Delighted that 51 runs from 34 balls. And there's 10 fours there, and they've been wonderful shots. It's up in the terraces.
Well, I've got him in the sweepstakes, so I think this is going quite well for me. But what a tremendous shot. Look at the power that he hits the ball with. That's a big hit out there, Peter, into the terraces down there.
And look at the eyes. They're pretty high, aren't they? Because that was hit very high. And when it comes down, Gavin Larson knows exactly how far it's gone. And there's no fielders back there. The bat looks pretty warm, doesn't it?
Come on, fella!
That's Adam Barori. He's not getting many past the bat at the moment. Down it goes again over the right round. Well, this is just magical. One bounce 4. Tendulkar is 61, and he's had 37 balls at 79 for 1. Tendulkar decides to put it down to fine leg. Oh, that's absolutely magical batship. They pulled the player up from fine leg to get him inside the circle so they could push another one out. And Tendulkar obliges by putting the ball down there.
Well, you know, I feel he's playing with the bowlers. He's enjoying that contest out there. He's just showing who the master is.
Well, the last 4 was the one down there, and they'd pulled the fine leg up into the circle, pushed the man back there, because you can see that's getting a bit of a hammering too, and he just obliged by putting it down there. And he's going through the covers again, and that's another 4. Well, where can this man hit them? He can hit them everywhere. Well, what a delight this has been. Tendulkar is sensational.
Well, what can you say, Peter? You've described it all.
Well, where's Pringle going to bowl now? Where would you bowl, Bob? Square leg is vacant. It's 4 again. I to catch, but maybe Tendulkar has too.
Well, I said once again, just watching that shot, it tells a story on its own.
So Rutherford's come in to give some moral support to Pringle, but it's Pringle who's got to bowl the ball. 13 off the over already. There's one ball left in the over. Tendulkar's hit the last 3 for 4 all around the ground. Where will this go? There it goes, straight over, long on. It's not hit too well this time, so it'll bounce. And it might give Tendulkar the chance to come back for 3. Oh, it doesn't. That'll be a relief for the bowler at the other end. It's 94 for 1. Campbell's going through the gap between slip and gully, and Pringle tries to, but can't.
Yes, we're seeing here that Danny got good bounce there, was just a little wide. Mind you, Pringle committed himself too early down there. He should have fielded that ball. So once it eluded him, it was always going to go for 4.
Look at the difference in the run rates. It's just academic now, isn't it? But it's wonderful academics. Campbell gets it past again. That's a much more authoritative shot. And that brings up the 100 for India. And we're only in the 13th over. Now, Bob, the thing that I would like to see is that we can't do this, I know, but ask the Indians to carry on and see how many that have got. They're chasing only 142, so they're not going to have to go very much further. But it might be good to see these guys bat first one day.
I think what you're really saying is, Peter, that you and I probably won't get another chance to commentate today.
I think that's
Same thing, isn't
absolutely
it?
guaranteed. 102 for 1 at this stage, compared with New Zealand 21 for 2. Campbell is going high. There's no player out there. There can't be anyway because it's over the boundary.
Yes, Hart just a little guilty of giving that too much air. All you had to do was get it over that inner ring. So I thought that carried all the way. Just landed just inside the boundary.
So Campbell's just about to run the ball now too, 16 from 17. And that ends the over. It's 109 for 1, and we've had 14 overs.
Bangs it away through the wickets. Another 4.
Well, on Friday, the Yorker was very effective for Dean Morrison. He was able to produce 3 in a row to get that hat-trick. This time he tried it again, but slightly over-tossed. And today for Tendulkar, slightly over-tossed means at least 4.
All they can do is stand and watch. Tendulkar has faced 43 balls for 79 runs. Tries again, doesn't time it. He'll still get 2 though, to race on to 81. And we are witnessing, Smithy, one of the great all-time one-day innings.
So Tendulkar on strike to Hart for the first time, and I just wonder what's going through Hart's mind at the moment.
Wonder what's going through Tendulkar's mind at the moment. Hart conceded 6 off his first. Well, tried to lap it around and finished up going past the wicket keeper.
Well, normally he may have a first slip in there, Matthew Hart, but in this situation, first slip's been long forgotten, and that would have gone straight down his throat off the top edge.
Pushes it back, and he's out. Well, it's a tame dismissal after a magnificent batting display. Sachin Tendulkar is gone.
Well, the crowd rise to one man. Whether they're Indian supporters or New Zealand supporters, they're all getting to their feet for one of the great one-day innings you will ever see. Ended in a very tame fashion.